Currently got a divergence going on here. Divergence at the square of nines. And we're off. Like a herd of turtles. We've got a second divergence.
Order
I'm gonna start
filled.
building. I'm gonna
Order filled.
nibble on 2 contracts right there long. If we get a see if we get a blue background, then I'll add 2 more. There's a blue background.
Order filled.
And we're already at target, so we got to see if we can get a break and go here. I think we're at target. I can't see the wick of that because of this opening range indicator. Let me see if I can take that off for a second. Yeah, I mean, we've already hit target, so we're looking for a break and go at this point. So if you get green here, don't be afraid to take half off, which is what I'm going to do because we're already at target. So we kind of just were waiting for a break and go. I'm going to go ahead and take another one off just to reduce risk in case they slam
Order
this.
submitted.
Didn't mean to
Order
do that.
canceled.
I'm trying to get a stop
Order
loss
submitted.
break even here.
Order filled.
Okay, I'm out. That was a lot going on there at one time. Still got potential for the break and go above the top band there. But I could no sooner get my my break even stop in before it took me out. So there's the break and go. Hopefully we get the breakout of the top band. Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm sitting here trading. Y'all can't see jack crap. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, everybody. I'm sitting here trading and y'all can't see me. So yeah, here's our break and go. There's our break of the top band. We got the white background. So you're looking at these Fibonacci bands. If you can see those, I'll blow it up. These Fibonacci bands, we've already hit one, and hopefully this bar will create a flat bottom on this bar. We've still got 2 minutes and 36 seconds left on the bar. So hopefully this bar will close up and it'll give us a flat bottom, and then you'll be looking at these Fibonacci bands, these blue Fibonacci Bollinger Bands as targets. And every time it hits one, you can ratchet up your stop loss either to the next flat bottom of the bar, or you can ratchet it up to the next Fibonacci band below the target Fibonacci band that you've already hit. So this one's already been hit, so you're looking at this green bottom. That's the bottom band of the Fibonacci bands as your trail stop. Or if you got a break-even stop, you can have a break-even stop in. Anybody get this long? So since you couldn't see what I was looking at, hopefully you're looking at the same thing on your chart because you got these tools. But we had this divergence pivot here that was right before the open. So I already saw that coming. And then at the open, I had this second divergence here, and at that point we hadn't gotten it was this bar right here. So we hadn't gotten the blue background at that point. So I just nibbled in at two contracts there, and then with anticipation of this second divergence pushing us up. And so I had already had 2 micro contracts on, and then when we got the blue background, that's our regular entry there. So I added 2 more to give me 4 total. Instantly went to both targets, there. So I took half off, and then I took another one off, and then I tried to put in a break-even stop on the remaining contract, all within this bar here. So I'm out completely now. It happened really fast. All right, so there's that second Fibonacci band. As y'all can see that, it hit that second, and it's trying to get to that next one. So you can just kind of trail it up as it goes. Just as it hits one Fibonacci band, you can move your stop down or move it up to just kind of follow that up. And if you have multiple contracts on, you can take profits there and then move your stop, take profits, move your stop, take profits, move your stop. NPC, you got the long? Good job. Good job, E. That's based off of this what do they call it? Trend. It's a trend oscillator. It is a paid one. I pay for Zierman's indicators. It's like $100 a month. I put it in the other useful indicators channel, but I did put a note there that it is a paid one. They just have really good indicators, so it's worth $100 to me. $100 a month to me. Those guys are ridiculous programmers. But it's some kind of gradient bar coloring based on how far apart or something. It's something based off this indicator. So that was a nice long. Hopefully everybody got it.
I've decided to create a bot.
basically got that long right at the bottom. I certainly don't strive to do that. That's just the way that trade ended up being. I just take the signals. If it ends up being the bottom, it's the bottom. It's pretty cool in hindsight to see it though. So they're gonna push it to VWAP. Kind of looks like they want to. And as any of the people, let's see, there was a couple of people that had a rough day yesterday. I was going to see if they were in here. I don't remember their names. Savitar. I think that's a new member. There's another one. No, neither one of them are in here. That's a
Yes,
shame.
me, John.
Yeah, I don't see either one. That's a shame, man.
He says a shame. He says a shame.
Oh, Joan? Okay, you had a rough day yesterday? Sorry to hear that, Joan. We need to figure out what's going on sooner rather than later. And until you figure that out, I would scale down your position sizes. You know, switch to micros if you're not trading micros. Switch to micros, trade 1 to 2 contracts, and trade profitably for 3 to 5 days using 1 to 2 contracts. You got to screw up a whole lot trading 1 to 2 contracts and lose $1,900. That's where you want to be. You want to be able to work through all those whatever issues you're having. You want to be able to work through them with minimal exposure to the market. Otherwise, you know, it's like that. It's like the analogy of, you know, the hunting lion only goes after the wounded prey. You know, they go after them first. You want to be able to put your best foot forward when you're exposing yourself to the markets. Thanks, Bob. If you're in this long, you've got news in one minute. Good opportunity to be protective. At least have a break-even stop in. I'm out. I don't have anything on. Alright, so we got a sell signal, but it's right at news. Keep that in mind. If this will come back down, we'll have a blue background sell signal, but it's at news, so you have to keep that into context. I'm not going to take it. I'd rather see a divergence. It was real fast, MPC. Soon as it ticked over to 9:45, that news release like flushed it down just enough to like flicker a sell signal, and then it went away. But if it'll come back down, you'll still get a sell signal. It's just, you have to position size according to, the circumstances we have here, or just not participate. If you're green, my tendency is just to not participate. I'm already green. Don't have to participate now at this point. You don't have to take advantage of every opportunity, although there are a lot of opportunities. You don't have to participate in every one. Just take your green and go. All right, so there's that sell signal. Alan, you took the short? Or did you take it somewhere up higher off of resistance or something? Okay. Yeah, so this is the short signal. If you're new, that blue background would have been your short signal, and then you had the confirmation of the sell signal, the red triangle there. First target is always going to be that middle band, the blue band, where we would take half off. So we're there, and you're looking for that push down, which is what's happening right now. You're looking for that push down on your remaining contracts. You would have a break-even stop in here. I like to peel contracts off, like take profits one at a time as it's going, as it goes in my favor. So as this continues to break down, I'll be peeling off contracts. So like right now, we're trying to get another push. Now, if this gives us another push here, I would be like shaving off contracts, and then I would leave some runners. Of course, you want to take advantage of the full move if you can, but you also want to bank profits as you've got as the trade unfolds to be profitable, or a successful trade as it unfolds. You want to take advantage of banking profits as it gives it to you. Okay, yeah, you didn't take it, but you did see the blue background, right? You should have the same tools I'm using, so you should have the same setup. So like right here, let me see if I can draw some lines here. Trend line. So like right here, somewhere right in here would have been your entry. Like somewhere right in there. So then, you can use this Fibonacci band as your stop. You see that blue Fibonacci band above the Bollinger Band, my Bollinger Band? Yeah, you see that? So you can use that as your stop, one of these two as your stop. It's still lower, you can use, like some people use the swing high as the stop. That's a big stop. So, you can use one of these two and you're still lower than that pivot high there. Or you can use in between, somewhere in there. And then, your target, your initial target is right here. That's that middle Bollinger Band. So you can see, just distance wise, you don't even have to know the numbers, right? You don't even have to know what the numbers are. You just, you can visually see that that's a pretty good risk to reward. And that's just on your initial target. So then, if you have this as your second target, or, like me, I would just be peeling off contracts, and then, you have some, you start taking profits as it goes down, right? This risk reward is, exponentially better than your this reward is exponentially better than your risk right here, right? So that's what we're going after. And that's exactly how I trade. As y'all can see, y'all seen me do it. You took the short at the middle band. Yeah, that's what those Fibonacci bands. I put those. I really studied those over Christmas and New Year's break, and I was going after the same thing. I was like, well, is there some kind of easy, simple thing I could do to really just like know where a good stop would be, because I usually I really don't lose a lot. I'm not saying that to brag. I don't have a ton of losing trades. And so it wasn't until I really started this Discord and people started asking more and more about it that I really started thinking about what's a good way to do this to where it's easy for anybody that wants to trade. So prior to that, I would use I'd use previous swing pivots, or I would use max pain losses, that kind of stuff. I looked at it a couple days ago, and I've got a 67% win rate And that's including some really, really crappy days. There was one day right before Christmas break that I overtraded. I like traded all day long. I ended up losing like $800 for the day. But there was a lot of unsuccessful trades, and so it accounts for all that. But typically, I take 1 to 3, maybe 4 trades a day, and I just get green, and then I quit. So that just you get green and you quit. Well, that means you got a successful trade, right? So my win rate's pretty dang high. And it also, sometimes it takes some of my break even trades and records it as a loss or a losing trade, stuff like that. I would say my win rate is between 80 and 90 plus percent. Today it's 100%. And just my thinking is get green. Your win rate is really high at that point. Why sabotage it? Maintain your stats and maintain your profit that you've made for the day, and then go do something else. Enjoy life. I don't know how we got off on that, but that's the kind of the stop risk reward kind of thing I'm going after here that I just explained. And this has been recorded, so at least I think it is. This is my first day trying to do the YouTube broadcasting, so if it all goes well, you can go back and watch this on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I typically trade all 20 at a time. Every now and then I'll split it off, but not very often. So there's our blue background again, but we're already at target, right? We're already at the middle band. It'd be a judgment call whether or not you wanted to try to get a break and go below the bottom band at that point. How big are 100K? But even if I had a 25K, I'd still trade I only trade 1 to 4 contracts usually. And then sometimes I have a maximum position size of 25. And I know, if you've been in here any length of time, you've seen me trade that many, almost that many, 20 contracts. But it's not very often. I don't take on bigger position sizes usually. Because we did the math a couple days ago. It only takes, if you got 20 accounts, it only takes $30 a day in each account to make 100 grand. So there's the bottom band. So that'd be if you took this, we were already at the middle band. So you would be, taking half off at the bottom band if you took this short. And then you'd be moving your stop to break even at this point. And you're looking for a break and go below the previous swing low. That's just the way I would trade it. Can't tell you how to trade it, but that's what I would do. Yes, Joan, I'm trading a 3-minute chart. My clean chart, like this black chart, is a 5-minute, and it's just It's just candlesticks. There's no indicators except for VWAP on there. It's nice to know where VWAP is. And that's the only two charts I have. I just have my 3-minute trading view chart, and then I have my black trading view. I mean my Ninja Trader. So here's that break and go potential that you have right here. You have the white background, and we see that you see this Fibonacci green. That's the bottom green Fibonacci band. That's a good place to peel off a contract, or just bank some profits as it's going, just in case it like does what it's doing right now. Takes a stab at breaking the low, but it's really just kind of like a trap. So anybody that tried to go short down here, they trapped them, and they're squeezing the heck out of them right now. And if they push this up enough, those people that went short here will bail out, and it'll flush things up. It'll be an instant momentum shift. Either way, though, if you manage that trade the way I was describing to you, I didn't take it because it was already at the middle band, and I'm already green. So I'm just not going to be aggressive like that. So, but if you did take it, that initial target was hit, that bottom band, and then you got this second target of the bottom Fibonacci band hit, and of course you'd be at break even. You'd probably be out by now. Out at break even on whatever remaining contracts you had on. Is this making sense to anybody? Hope it is. It's not. It's not. I used to have a Sunday school teacher say it's not rocket surgery. I think he got his analogies mixed up. Nice. Yep. Divergence into key support. Yeah. Yeah. Let's think about if you can recognize it in the market, it gives you halfway decent chance of managing it without if it gives you any kind of profits and you got a bad entry, take that half off pretty quick so you can give yourself some kind of cushion, and minimize your exposure. Try to manage it in that kind of way, protective management. Happens to all of us though, EB. I mean, we all do that. We all chase sometimes. We all don't take our profits when we're supposed to. So there's the breakout of the top band. That's the white background that we've got there. So we We had the divergence down here at this bottom, the green D. Now you got a breakout of the top band. Got VWAP just ahead. Yeah. Looks like we might get a break and go though, Bob. If they can get above VWAP. Get above all this mess here. Yeah. Yeah, once it gets above that stuff you got in your square there. I've noticed that studying these Fibonacci bands, if it gets inside like this inner area, like the first, like this pink band is the middle of the Fibonacci bands. If it gets like inside of here, it tends to go to that pink band. I've just noticed just studying that. So it'll be interesting to see if it makes it to that pink band there. Ugh. I'm gonna get this opening range thing back up. All right, so there's that pink band. It made it there. That would definitely be a target if I was long. Hey Bob, when you do your opening range, do you do like the first 15 minutes? Or is it first 10 minutes? What do you suggest? Ten? 2 5-minute bars? Okay. Thanks. I'm trying to get into this, some of that stuff that you do, like the opening range and all that. Yeah, it's set to 15 minutes. Well, it only lets me go in 15-minute increments. I guess I'll just have to leave it there. $5.16 resistance. Getting close to there. Definitely closed over VWAP. Let's see if they can hold it over there. Well, sure looks like they want to push it on up. Has that feel to it, watching price action. All right, so there's another Fibonacci band hit. So, I would be, if I was long, I'd just be taking profits as it hits each one. Just kind of trail it and see these flat bottoms of the Heikin Ashi bars. You take profits, trail it up from behind. Take profits as it hits each band, and just kind of trail it up. And if you get a doji, it's a good opportunity to take more profits. Looking at this in hindsight, I mean, that's pretty messy. That's nasty. I mean, that's a nasty first 45 minutes. Pretty ugly. So if you can maintain, your green status between, through all that, I'd say you're doing pretty good. Yeah. See, like guys like Jay, he's um, he's a real heavy trend trader. So if, markets give him some kind of trend to work with, he'll ride that horse till it lays down. And so when we have an open like we've got right now, and it's just kind of running sideways, his systems will tend to struggle. His systems are designed to really smooth out any kind of wiggles in the market, and as long as the market's trending, it works really well because it smooths out all that stuff and it just allows him to hang on for a long time. All right, 14 more minutes. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna get off at 10:30 today. Anybody have questions? Anything I can help you with? Everybody green today? Divergence? Yeah, sure can. It's a nice little push here. So we've hit the 50% of opening range. That would definitely be a target for me. But anyway, I'm not in this, so what I'm gonna do is let's see, I'm gonna create just a new clean chart. Maybe. May not be doing anything. There we go. Then I'm gonna put that on there. I'm gonna put a stochastic RSI. I'm gonna hide a bunch of this stuff here. I'm gonna even hide the Bollinger Bands. Okay. Get rid of the continuation. Okay. All right, so there is pretty decent view of the divergences. Let me get rid of that volume there. We don't need it. All right, can you see that MPC? You see that pretty good, or I need to blow it up some more? Okay. So, hidden divergence is when, well, let me see, where's a good place to start? We have divergence, we have hidden divergence. Divergence, like regular divergence, is where price will make a lower low, the indicator will make a higher low. Trying to see, what is it? Okay, it's going from here. It's comparing this pivot low right here, and you can adjust these settings. That's just the way it's calculating the pivots. So each label is a pivot. So it's taking this pivot low here and comparing it to this pivot low here. So as you see right here, let me see if I can draw like a vertical line. Vertical line right here. And then another vertical line right here. So you had like, well, I'm trying to actually give you a good example. This is not a great example. Here's a better example here. See this right here? You had this pivot low here, and then you had this pivot low, and this made a higher low. You see how that made like a lower low? Made a lower low here compared to that one right here and here. So the indicator made this low. What in the world? Oh, this is not working out. Can somebody explain divergences to this guy? I'm not doing a good job. So price made a lower low. The indicator made this low here. Then it made another lower low right here, and the indicator made this higher low, pivot high right here. Right here. See that? That's a divergence. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not a great teacher, y'all. I just trade and I have a desire to help people, so I just try to teach as best I can. There you go. Thank you. That's a perfect chart. Way better than I can explain it. Let me get that over here. So that helps a lot. Get it into my screen. Yeah, so price made a lower low right here, as you can see, and then the indicator makes a higher low. That's a regular divergence. Regular bullish divergence. Then you have a bearish divergence. Price made a higher high. Indicator made a lower high. That's a regular bearish divergence. And then you have what's called a hidden divergence, where price makes, like for a bullish signal, price would make a higher low, a pivot higher low, and then the indicator would make a lower low, indicating a bullish hidden divergence. And the opposite's true for the bearish hidden divergence. Yeah, that's a good chart. Thanks for posting that. Yep, and you can use a lot of different indicators. I tend to use the stochastic RSI and the true strength index, but almost all of them will show a divergence. Yeah, yeah, it takes a little bit to view it, and if you really find an indicator that you like and it's real easy for you to see divergences, like that's the reason I like. You can put let me see if I can find. You can put indicators on your indicators to help you see divergences. See if I can find that one that I found not too long ago. It was called something. If I can find it. Here it is, divergence indicator, any oscillator. I'll post that into the other useful indicators. So I put that into the other useful indicators there. So you just basically add that to your chart, and then you just set the source to whatever oscillator you want to track divergences on. It'll help you. Help you see them. Help you study them. They're really good. I mean, if you've already got a system, I don't think you can really I don't know that you can completely trade based off of divergences. But if you already have like a setup that you like, and then you have the confirmation of a divergence to go along with that setup that you like, it just, to me, it gives it a much stronger appeal. Gives you a way to kind of filter out things. Yeah, it really just helps me, filter my trades some. Yeah, yeah, they can be a slippery slope, just like Bob said. I mean, I don't know that you can just completely, trade just off of divergences, but to me, when I see a divergence, I'm waiting. When you see a divergence, you're basically, it becomes a timing issue then, because sometimes you'll have a divergence, and then it'll kind of reverse a little bit, and then it'll go back down, and then you'll get another divergence, in the same direction, and it just becomes like a timing issue as to where to enter. It for me though, I have the setup of the blue background, entry, or I have my regular buy and sell signals, and so if I've got a pivot that's becoming divergent, and then I get my regular setup that I have, to me it just helps me. I feel like it's a stronger signal. And not only that, but if I'm green and I'm looking to really filter my trades, get conservative, I'll first of all, be trying to position size according to, whether or not I've hit my profit goal or whatever for the day. So, risk management first of all is first base, and then I'm looking to filter my trades out some, so I don't take so many trades and end up red for the day, or giving back profits that I've already made. Those divergences help me because it helps me identify trades that I feel are stronger, have a better probability. So if you see divergences, especially the regular divergences, if you see a divergence, it means one of two things. It means price is going to reverse at some point, or it means price is going to go sideways at some point. You don't know which one. but you just kind of know that something's going to happen there at some point. Gives you a heads up that something may be coming up. Yeah. See, Bob is the teacher in this group. I'm not a teacher. I just do the best I can on the teaching front. But yeah, that's a good example there. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, that's what I like to see. I like to see the divergence pop up there. That's kind of my early warning that we may be getting a blue background. And then if we do get the blue background, I just go back at. I mean, I look at. You can go back and look at the historical too. But like it just to me, when you see the divergences and then you see the blue background or the buy or sell signals, they tend to go to at least first target almost all the time. I'd say 90 to 95% of the time. You get those divergences. They you get that blue background, they almost always at least go to first target, which is the middle band. Yeah, the C means continuation of the trend, like the market structure. It's just a pivot, a continuation pivot. It's taken into account, that the fact that it's either made higher highs and higher lows, but it's also taken account, where we are on the being above or below the trailing ATR stop. It's just doing the best it can to help you see market structure, but also, market structure as it relates to, the indicator. In this case, the stochastic RSI. It's trying to do the best it can to try, build a bridge between all that, kind of help you see the full picture. Full picture of market structure, higher highs, higher lows, where the indicator stands, all that. Good job, EB. Awesome. Excelente. That's double the six-figure goal for 20 accounts. So I'd say you did pretty good. Great job. And yeah, 820. That's almost a quarter of that tough loss you had on your personal. So yeah, say that's a really good day, man. No need to try to get back all of that in one day. Oh yeah, Dom. Before I leave, man, we need to talk about that spreadsheet. So you weren't here yesterday when I kind of did all that calculating, but like I want to do some kind of thing to where you know I'd like for I don't know what everybody's goals are, but I'd like everybody, if I had a goal for everybody in the room, I'd like for them to have at some point 20 accounts, and you don't have to get there, all at one time or whatever. However you get there, you get there. But if you had 20 accounts, you wanted to make 100K a year, which would be six figures. We did the math yesterday. I'm gonna do it again. So if there's 12 months out of a year, and you wanted to make 100 grand, that's $8,300 a month. And we established that there's 4 weeks in a month, 5 days a week, so that's 20 days a month roughly. And I scaled it back to 15. So 8,300 a month divided by 15 trading days. Sorry. Let me do it again. Divided by 12. Divided by 15. It's $555. If you have 20 accounts, it's 50. Is that what you're saying? Let's see. Divided by 20 accounts is $27. I've got $28. If you trade 15 days a week, 15 days a month. Yeah, if you have 20 accounts, you have 20 accounts and you make, let's just call it 30. You make $30 a day in each account, and you trade 15 days a week. 15 days a month. My brain is mush. 15 days a month. That yields 100K roughly. So Dom, hopefully that's making sense. But I'd like to do like some kind of spreadsheet to where you can do that math. Maybe a modification of that spreadsheet you've already made. Some kind of way that you could punch in. Okay, I want to make 100K, but I've got 10 accounts. Obviously, we know that math. It's like $60 a day. But like, somebody's got 7 accounts, yada yada. Jazz, your mic's not working? Oh, okay. Is that something on your end? Oh, is something on my end? It just says you're muted. I don't have you muted on my end. I see your mic going on and off, but it's nothing I'm doing. Oh, okay. So I hope that math makes sense. So like if I'm just going to go off of 20 accounts and you want to make 100K, that's roughly $30 a day in each account. So EB made twice that today. And that's it. I'm up think I'm up. Let me see. I'm up $55 in each account off of that one trade that I took, and that was with 4 contracts, 4 micro contracts. So with 4 micro contracts, one trade, I'm almost double of what my daily goal would need to be to make 6 figures for the year. One trade, 4 micro contracts. That's what I'd like everybody in this room to be at. Let me see. I still have that report up from. All right, so I can just do. I'm gonna narrow this down to just one account. Generate. Did it work? Okay. Now it's taking a little bit to calculate everything. So no, it's trying to freeze up. Let me let it load, and I'll answer that for you, MPC. Yeah, yeah. I mean, EAs, you can be more aggressive on EAs because you're not risking real money. If you get the 90% off deal or whatever it is, it tends to be 15 or 20 bucks. If you blow an EA, it's $20 loss. Big deal. Okay, since October, MPC. Let's see. Average winning trade is $24.29. Average losing trade since October is 29.16. So I actually lose a little bit more than I win. That's just since October. So that's something I'm working on. That's the reason I was studying all those Fibonacci bands. I'd like for my winning trades and losing trades to be, my winning trade to be twice as much as my losing trade. But I have a 64% win rate on this one account. Yeah, that's something I'm working on too. Like my win, average win to average loss ratio is something I'm trying to work on this year. But as you can see, that's being offset by my winning percentage. So if I'm able to maintain my winning percentage, and then also get my ratios where I feel like they should be, that's going to be a beautiful thing. So that's what I'm working on this year. Well, I don't know about teaching. I do the best I can with teaching. I just hopefully you can just watch and just see how I do it, and you're certainly able to modifications and uh, improve improve things that I do wrong. I've got weaknesses too, just like everybody else, except for Bob. Bob doesn't have any weaknesses. Bob is trading Jesus. The trading Jesus. uh, uh, I last year, just I'll, I'm used to doing like a. I'm trying to give you an example. Okay, right here. This is a decent, blue background long. If you can see that, if I took this long, my stop, entries right here, entries, right here. Um, my stop would be like down here, below this swing low. And then, initial target would be the middle band, which is right here. So that's, it's pretty close to a 1-to-1. Pretty close. That's the initial target. Second target would be up here on the top band. So, if it makes it to, initial target and then, second target or beyond, you got a pretty good risk reward there. But if, in this case, it didn't make it to second target, not till it got over here, which is, basically you might as well be at the initial target. So, your risk reward is slightly, less than 1-to-1. It's not the optimal outcome there on that. But there's certainly times where it goes to second target or beyond. It goes way on up there. So that's how I used to do it. Like, and also, I would do max pain stop losses where, you take the trade and you say, okay, well, I'm going to position size this to, 1 to 2 micro contracts, and I'm going to risk $300. You could do that too, and it gives you a way to go ahead and accept the loss before you even take the trade. So, so I'm going to put, it's like throwing your chips out on the table when you're, playing poker or something. Okay, I'm going to bet $10 on this hand, That's what I would call a max pain loss. That's just what it averaged out to be. No, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I averaged like, yeah, that's just what the average ended up being. It doesn't mean I just like put a $29 stop on every trade or, every contract. That's just what it averaged out to be over the past 3 months or whatever. It's just like, I don't take a average profit of $25, I don't trade like that. I trade the chart. So, if the band is there and it hits the band, I take the profit. If the top band is there and it hits the top band, I take profit. And that just creates an average over time. There's something else I was gonna. Oh, so that's kind of that way I used to do it, and what I'm trying to do this year is get these something in place to where I can like have a preconceived idea of what risk reward is, and without having to do a bunch of like calculations, and because these trades happen real fast. You saw the one this morning. There's not a lot of time to think about put these horizontal lines on here to do that. I gotta hit the button, get it done, you know. So, but if I have a visual on there already of kind of what I'm looking at, I can manage it easily without having to do a lot of, use a lot of my limited brain power. I just look at it and I'm looking at it and it's easy to see, easy to execute. Hope I'm making sense, NPC. Oh. So let me get rid of some. Let me see. This clean chart's still clean enough that I can add those Fibonacci's on there. Where is it? Fibonacci Bollinger Bands. I think this is it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so now where's my blue background? Background, there it is. Background color. Try to give you an example. Okay. Now let's see. I got to get my Bollinger Bands on there. Upper, lower, and middle Bollinger Bands. Okay, so these are the two Bollinger Bands. This one here that you see there, that's the Fibonacci Bollinger Bands. And this one here is my Bollinger Bands. So then let's look at the signal. So this signal here, is my entry, the blue background. So without doing a lot of like math or calculations on the fly, this pops up. I hit the button. I'm long, blue background. Visually, I can see my stop can be somewhere right in here. And initial target's right here. So at least I've got a 1-to-1, roughly. See that? That's what I'm trying to go after. I've at least got a 1-to-1 there. So, and then I'm looking at it visually, and if I get up to here, without doing any kind of math or anything, if I get up to here and take my second, take some more profits off of here, I've got greater than a 1-to-1. And if I trail this on up to, the next target for me here would be this pink band. So I don't even know what the math is on that, but it's probably like 3 or 4 to 1 at that point. Honestly, I don't really care what the math is. I mean, I can see it visually. It makes sense. I don't even look at my profit and loss when I'm trading. When I'm in a trade, I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm executing off of the chart. I don't look at the numbers until I get out of the trade. I'm just executing what the chart is telling me to execute. Almost like a robot should. All right, I'm gonna shut up now. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off and go do something else. Sun's shining, and I'm gonna go do something else. Hang out with the girls or something. So if anybody needs anything, shoot me a DM or something, or ask Bob or something. There's plenty of people in here who know what's going on, so they can help you too.